Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we will understand some of the most important sections under Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita criminal law. These sections are very important for law students, legal competitive exams and real criminal cases. I'll explain them in a very simple language so that everyone you can understand. Let us begin with one of the most important concepts in criminal law, that is common intention. Section 3 clause 5 common intention explains a common intention between two or more people plan something together and act with the same intention. The law treats all of them as equally responsible. Even if one person actually commits the main act, everyone who shared the intention is guilty. The idea is that when minds meet, responsibility is shared. The punishment is the same as for the main offense. The next one is section 3 clause 6. It talks about common object for an unlawful assembly. If a crime is committed by any member of the group in pursuit of the common object, then all members become responsible. It is not necessary that everyone took part in the actual act. Being part of the group with knowledge of the object is enough. The punishment is same as for the offense committed. Section 45, that is abatement. It explains the meaning of an abatement. A person commits abatement when they help, encourage, or intentionally support the commission of a crime. The person need not be physically present at the place of the offense. Even giving advice or planning can amount to be abatement. The punishment for this depends on the offense that was abated. Next one is section 46, punishment for abatement. Section 46 deals with punishment for abatement. A person who abets an offense can be punished even if the crime is not fully completed. What matters is the intention to help in committing the offense. In most cases, the punishment is same as the punishment for the main offense. This ensures that indirect involvement is also punished. Now let's look at section 61, criminal conspiracy. Section 61 explains criminal conspiracy. It means when two or more people agree to commit an illegal act or agree to do a legal act in an illegal way. The offense is complete the moment the agreement is made. It is not necessary that a crime is actually carried out. Even planning together is enough. The punishment for this depends on the nature of the offense that is planned. Section 85, it is a replacement of 498A of IPC. Cruelty by a husband or relatives. Section 85 deals with cruelty by the husband or his relatives. Cruelty includes both physical and mental harassment of a woman. It often involves dowry demands or continuous mental torture. The law protects women from such abuse inside the family. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years. A fine may also be imposed. The next one is 351, criminal intimidation. It talks about criminal intimidation. It means threatening a person with injury to body, property, or reputation. The purpose of the threat is to create fear or force someone to act in a certain way. Even verbal threats can amount to this offense. The law treats such threats seriously. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 2 years or fine. The next one is section 353, intentional intent insult. It applies when a person insults someone with the intention of provoking anger. This insult must be such that it can lead to breach of peace. Simple words spoken with bad intention can attract this section. The law aims to prevent public disturbance. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 2 years and fine. Now let us look at sexual offences, that is 63. Section 63 explains the offense of rape. It covers sexual intercourse done without a valid consent of the woman. Consent obtained by force, fear, intoxication, or deception is not treated as a real consent. The focus of this section is on the absence of free and voluntary consent. If the consent is missing from the woman, the act becomes an offense. The punishment for this offense is proved under section 64. Section 64 provides punishment for the offense of the rape, that is fall under section 63. It prescribes rigorous imprisonment of not less than 10 years. In serious cases, the punishment may extend to life imprisonment. The court considers the facts and gravity of the offense while deciding the punishment. The section reflects the strict approach of law towards sexual offenses. Fine may also be imposed along with the imprisonment. The next one is section 65, rape of a minor child. When the victim is below the prescribed age, the law treats the offense as extremely serious. Consent of a minor has no legal value under the law. The objective is to give strong protection to children. The punishment is very severe in such cases. It ranges from a minimum of 20 years and imprisonment to life. The next one is section 66, rape causing death. It applies when rape results in death or a permanent vegetative state of the victim. This section deals with the most heinous form of sexual violence. The law considers such acts as a crime against humanity. Due to the extreme nature of the offense, strict punishment is prescribed. The punishment can be imprisonment for life. In the gravest cases, death penalty may also be awarded by the court. Section 69 deals with sexual intercourse by deceit. It applies when consent is obtained by false promise, fraud, or deception. If a person agrees because of lies, the consent is not considered as a real consent. The law treats such acts as a serious sexual offenses. The intention to deceive plays an important role here. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 10 years. The next one is section 70 of gang rape. It explains the offense of gang rape. When the rape is committed by a group of persons acting with common intention, all of them are equally guilty. It does not matter who committed the actual act. Presence and shared intention are enough to attract this section. The law treats gang rape as an extremely serious offense. The punishment is very severe here, with a minimum of 10 years. With a minimum of 20 years to life imprisonment. The next one is section 73, sexual harassment. It includes physical contact, demand for sexual favors, or sexually colored remarks. Even verbal or non-verbal acts can amount to sexual harassment. This purpose is the purpose is to protect dignity of any personal life safety. This offense is commonly seen in workplaces and public spaces. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years. Section 74 is outraging modesty of a woman. It applies when criminal force or assault is used with the intention to outrage modesty. The offense focuses on the intention behind the act. Physical injury is not always required for this section. The law aims to protect dignity and respect of a woman. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 5 years. The next one is section 75 voyeurism. It deals with voyeurism. It applies when a person watches, records, or captures private acts of a woman without her consent. These acts may include private movements where privacy is expected. Sharing such images or videos also falls under this offense. Consent is the key factor here. The law strongly protects personal privacy. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years. The next one is section 76 stalking. It covers repeated following, contacting, or monitoring a person despite clear objection. This may happen physically or through online means. Even continuous messages or tracking on social media can amount to stalking. The law aims to protect personal freedom and safety. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years for this. The next one is section 77 insulting modesty. It includes words, sounds, gestures, or acts intended to insult dignity. Even a verbal behavior can attract. This section of an intention is bad. Physical contact is not necessary for this offense. The focus is on protecting respect and dignity of the woman. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years. The next one is section 78 disclosure of identity. It relates to the disclosure of an identity of a sexual offense victim. Publishing or revealing the name, photo, or details of the victim is prohibited under this section. The law exists to protect privacy and dignity of the victims. Disclosure can cause social harm and trauma of the victim. Even indirect disclosure is not allowed under this section. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 2 years. The next one is official offenses against the life. Let us talk about section 100 to 103. The section 100 explains the offense of culpable homicide. It applies when a person causes the death of the another with the intention or with knowledge that death is likely to be occur. It is a serious offense but not always treated as a murder. The facts and intention behind the act are very important to be considered. Courts carefully examine the circumstances of the case and the punishment is decided under section 102 or section 103. The next one is section 101 murder. It defines the offense of the murder. Murder is a form of culpable homicide with the highest degree of intention or knowledge. It involves clear intention to cause death or bodily injury likely to cause death. The law treats murder as the most serious offense against the life. The circumstances show extreme cruelty or certainty of death. The punishment for murder is given under section 102. Now let us look at section 102, the punishment for murder. The punishment can be death penalty or imprisonment for life. The court decides the punishment based on facts, brutality, and gravity of the offense. Not every murder leads to death penalty. Sometimes life imprisonment is commonly awarded. Fine may also be imposed along with the imprisonment. Section 103 punishment for culpable homicide. It prescribes punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder. The punishment depends on intention, knowledge, and circumstances of the act. It may extend to imprisonment for life. In some cases, imprisonment up to 10 years is awarded. The law gives flexibility to the court. Fine may also be imposed along with the imprisonment. Section 104, causing death by negligence. It applies when a person causes death due to a rash or careless act. There is no intention to kill in such cases. Examples include careless driving or unsafe acts. The focus is on lack of proper care and caution. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 5 years. The next one is section 109, attempt to murder. It applies when a person acts with clear intention to cause death. Even if the death does not actually occur, the offense is complete. The nature of the act and intention are very important under this section. Serious injuries often indicate intention. The punishment can be extended up to imprisonment for life. The next one is section 110, attempt to commit culpable homicide. It applies when a person attempts to cause death but without a high intention required for murder. The act is serious but falls short of murder. Court looks at intention and knowledge carefully. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 7 years. The next one is section 62. It talks about attempt to commit an offense. It applies when a person tries to commit a crime but does not succeed. The law still punishes such attempts to prevent the harm. The offense must go beyond mere preparation. The punishment depends on the nature of the offense that was attempted. Now let us look at hurt and assault offenses. Section 115 deals with voluntarily causing hurt. It applies when a person intentionally causes bodily pain, injury, or harm to another person. The intention to cause hurt is important here. The injury may be simple and not very serious. Even minor physical harm can attract the session. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 1 year. Section 116 explains grievance hurt. It covers serious injuries such as a fracture, loss of limb, or a permanent damage. These injuries have long term impact on the victim. The law treats such harm as more serious than simple hurt. Medical evidences under this section plays an important role in such cases. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 7 years. Section 117 deals with causing hurt by dangerous weapon. It applies when hurt is caused using weapons or harmful means like knives or fire. The use of a dangerous weapon increases the seriousness of the offense. Even if the injury is not grievous, the method matters. The law aims to prevent violent acts. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years. Section 118 covers grievous hurt caused by dangerous weapons. It applies when some serious injuries are inflicted using weapons or dangerous means. This offense shows high level of violence and risk to life. Courts consider both injury and weapons used. The law imposes stricter punishment for such acts. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 10 years. Now let us look at offences against the property. Section 303 deals with the offense of the theft. It applies when a person dishonestly takes movable property belonging to another person. The taking must be without consent of the owner. Intention to take the property dishonestly is a key element. Physical force is not necessary for the theft. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 3 years. Next one is section 304. It explains the offense of snatching. It involves sudden or forceful taking of property directly from a person. Snatching usually happens in public places and creates fear. The act is more serious than simple theft because of the force. Even quick force is enough to attract this section. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 5 years. The next one is section 305. It deals with extortion. It applies when a person obtains property by putting another person in fear of injury. The fear may be related to body, property, or reputation. The property is given because of fear because and not because of the consent. The law treats such acts as serious offences, and the punishment can be imprisonment up to 10 years. The next one is section 309. It explains the offense of the robbery. Robbery is theft or extortion combined with violence or threat of violence. It involves immediate harm or fear to the victim. Because of violence, robbery is treated as very serious crime. The law aims to protect public safety, and because of that, the punishment can extend imprisonment for life. Next one is section 310. It deals with the offense of the dacoity. It applies when robbery is committed by 5 or more persons acting together. The presence of 5 persons itself makes the offense dacoity. It does not matter who actually used violence. Dacoity creates fear and danger to the society. Because of its seriousness, strict punishment is provided by the court. The punishment can be life imprisonment or imprisonment up to 10 years. The next one is section 314. It applies when robbery is committed along with an attempt to cause the death. It covers situations where the offender tries to kill or cause very serious harm during the robbery. The intention and violent conduct make this offense extremely grave. Actual death is not necessary for this section. The law treats such acts very strictly. The punishment is life imprisonment. The next one is section 316, criminal breach of trust. It applies when a person is entrusted with property and dishonestly misuse. Section 316, criminal breach of trust. It applies when a person is entrusted with property and dishonestly misuse it. The property is lawful is given but wrongly used later. Trust is the foundation of this offense. This section is common employment and financial matters. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 5 years. The next one is cheating. Section 10318 explains the offense of cheating. It applies when a person deceives another and dishonestly induces delivery of property. False promises and dishonest intention from the beginning are important. The victim parts with property because of the deception. The law aims to prevent fraud and dishonesty. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 7 years. Section 319 deals with cheating by personation. It applies when a person cheats by pretending to be someone else. The offender may use a false name, identity, or documents. The intention is to deceive and gain benefit. The victim is misled because of false identity. The punishment for this offense can be imprisonment up to 7 years. The next one is section 321, mischief. It applies when a person causes damage to property intentionally. The damage may be movable or immovable property. The intention to cause loss or harm is important here. Even partial damage can attract this section. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 5 years. The next important is section 189, unlawful assembly. It deals with unlawful assembly. It applies when 5 or more persons assemble with a common unlawful object. The object may be to commit an offense or disturb public peace. Under this section, actual violence is not required from this offense. Mere membership of such assembly is enough. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 6 months. The next important is section 191, rioting. It occurs when members of an unlawful assembly use force or violence. The use of force makes the offense more serious than unlawful assembly. Even one act of violence is sufficient. The rioting disturbs public order and safety. The punishment can be imprisonment up to 2 years. So these are the important sections under Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita criminal law, and they will be asked frequently in examinations and other law examinations. If you found these sections and this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.